Hey everyone, welcome back to OptimizEvony. Today I wanted to do a little bit different type of video. I wanted to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about something that's been bothering me for a while with the game. And I'm really going to try and make it sound not super depressing and not super complaining. I'll be honest though, today was a bit of a rough day for me in terms of Battlefield, and it's something that's been kind of seems to be something that has been building over time, and it just does not seem to be correcting itself. And so uh, basically, we had a really tough battlefield today, and um, I'm all for tough battlefields. Like it helps show, kind of where you stand. I mean, if you're constantly winning or constantly losing, like that's not really helping you. But if you're able to kind of see what good competition looks like, that can give you something to strive for. Um, on my server, we have like maybe like a month and a half, 2 months ago, we kind of merged a bunch of alliances, uh, trying to make an alliance that is competitive in Battlefield, and we have kind of brought people from all over. We're an older server, but we wanted to be competitive for SVS and Battlefields, and we haven't really found a lot of success. I think they're small disclaimer, we do have a lot to work on in terms of speed of play and uh, the speed of joining rallies. I mean, there's there's no excuse for those things. Those are kind of core fundamentals of Evony that you kind of need to get down. But diving into kind of what kind of bothers me is, so I'll show we are a 200 billion power alliance. Our sign up power for Battlefield is fairly high. Um, but on our server, we don't have a ton of amazing buffs. We don't have a lot of people that are spending for the new stuff. And so because of that, we've kind of fallen behind in terms of buffs. And so kind of what's been really demoralizing to me is that uh, Evany's ranking system does not seem to take into account losses or, you know, tech, and anything like that. Like, and to some extent, like it shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't have, just it shouldn't be all based on. In my opinion, it shouldn't all be based on power. It shouldn't all be based on tech. It shouldn't all be based on like win-lose streak, because things can happen. But when you see something like this, where my alliance has literally not won a single BOC since October 1st. This is just straight up demoralizing, right? Like going into Battlefield, even when we're prepared, today we came in with, 10 to 12 people right at the start. We started rallying right away. Um, and we still lost pretty bad. I'll get into kind of what happened today, but I mean BOG, like it's pretty similar. We did win a couple, but that was again like in October, and so that was before we merged. Um, and what what I want to know is if you guys have seen evidence of like your your opponent's actually changing based on whether you win or you lose. Like to some extent, it's going to be a slow process because there's 1,200 servers and stuff like that. But I mean, losing like this is super demoralizing. And I mean, we're like I said, we have a lot to work on, but we are by no means the worst alliance, you know, probably not even the worst alliance of our power ranking. And so I don't know why we keep getting matched up with people who are like worlds above us in terms of buffs. And I'll show you some buffs a little bit later. And today we actually had, I mean, I'll show you the alliance. We played against Dead on Arrival. One of them, I think there's multiple alliances called this, but this is in 470. Uh, they're quite a bit lower in terms of power than us, but I think their sign up power is probably still around where we're at. They do have some big guys. This guy's like 20 bill, 21 billion. Uh, this guy's their main rally setter, 13 bill. And really honestly, mad props to these guys. They they are they are wicked fast. Like I said, we kind of waited until we had a core group. We had, we had enough to fill rallies, we had enough to rain, we had, enough to do everything that we wanted to do. And they just straight up, whooped us. Like they were wicked quick. They filled rallies. They sent them, within like 5 seconds. And their rallies were super powerful. So uh, nothing against them. They did amazing. Mad props to them. Whoops. Mad props to them. So this is not complaining about this specific battlefield. It was super demoralizing though, because I thought we had, kind of, sometimes we don't have everyone in right at the beginning, and that's a recipe for disaster and stuff like that. But uh, we actually did this time. And so we had some rallies, we had some rains, but I mean they were just absolutely brutal. So I'll I'll show you I'll show you what happened to me. Uh, First rally, 35 million rally, only one rain got in, um, and they took off 5 bill, and that's at 12 bill, that's a lot. That pretty much means that you're going to be cleared in the next one, and that's exactly what happened. And this was a pretty clean clear here. Uh, 6.6 to like 600, so 10x power swap. Um, and but and we did have some okay defenses. Honestly, they made the wrong call here in terms of what they were sending against him. But I mean, let's just look at the buffs here. The buffs are like 2400 archer attack. And I'll just show you what our attack buffs are. Uh, it's not even 1700. So there's like what, like a 700% gap in terms of buff power. And I mean, honestly, this happens. There's some players who have really good buffs that are not really good alliances and stuff like that. But it does seem like we're consistently being matched with people who just spend way more than us. And there's only so much you can actually do in terms of um, out strategizing that, because if our people are getting taken out in a single hit, and we're taking off maybe a billion power with a full rally, like that's just not gonna fly. So I'm genuinely curious to hear what you guys think about the battlefield matching. I know everyone kind of thinks that it's not super great, but uh, does anyone else have like a consistent losing streak, or honestly, in my opinion, a consistent winning streak? Because the either way, you're not playing to your top, ability, right? Because if you're constantly winning and you're not the top alliance in the game, and even the top alliances in the game, they will lose sometimes. Uh, but if you're not getting paired with kind of the next level, or if you're not kind of getting down leveled to where your actual ability lies, then it's just not fun for anyone. And so this rant is kind of just, it's been a demoralizing day. So let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry if this was too much of a rant or demoralizing, but I just wanted to to let you guys know the real honest truth of what, me and my alliance have been struggling with. So thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video.